Hello, everybody. A big and warm welcome back to MUSC Red Devils NCR. I am Antrikshan. I'm here to talk to you guys about the takeover and all of the situation regarding that. What's going on there? What's up? काफी न्यूज आ रही है मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड इज फाइनली इन अ बिट ऑफ अ पॉजिटिव मोड मैं पूरा तो नहीं कहूंगा बट थोड़ा सा इतू सा पॉजिटिव लग रहा है which is obviously fair considering what had happened in our last game एकदम फर्गी टाइम में so थोड़ी सी पॉजिटिविटी तो बनती है especially when we have been absolutely starved of it for the last whatever time being we have seen football as Manchester United fans. So very happy ki now I really can talk about something. I can talk about a late winner. I can an issue or two here. I hope the voice is clear now. It had muted. It had muted. Yeah. Hopefully this is all cleared up now. So yeah, as I was saying, we finally have something to cheer and cheer on about. And थोड़ा सा अच्छा लग रहा है being a Manchester United fan. बस यही चाहिए एक extreme of positivity and following that. Although I don't buy much into all of the takeover stuff and the takeover news, you guys know that. But कुछ थोड़ा सा निकल के आ रहा है about this takeover saga, and I believe this is often used as a distraction by the club, a potent distraction because उन्हें पता है कि this will, if nothing, this would get them attention, and this would probably draw off the attention, maybe from the points table, maybe from the number of issues we're having with players, disciplinary issues and stuff like that, maybe something like that, who knows. But as far as and we need to keep flowing. Yeah, so international break. I now some people say it has come at a good time for us, or some people say it has come at a bad time for us. Now, I don't believe the kind of form we were in there was any good time, bad time because हमारी performance इतना तुम dissect कर नहीं सकते because हमारी performance में इतना कुछ dissect करने को है नहीं. It's simple. We don't take many chances and we crumble under pressure. So what would you make of it? What would you make of it? It's not like the opposition completely dominates us like maybe we had a complaint in some games in this season, but utna zyada to nahi ho raha, but we just crumble under pressure like we saw against Galatasaray. Like what was that first goal, what was the second goal, and what was that freaking third goal we considered. So yeah, matlab, you can't really say that we have been not making chances or stuff like that. We have been to be honest, or हम कर रहे हैं. And yeah, just the fact that uh, us us as a team don't have that confidence right now. हमें हमें खुद पे sort of एक confidence ही नहीं है कि अच्छा हम जाके ये भी कर सकते हैं, ये भी कर सकते हैं, ये भी कर सकते हैं. We just crumble under pressure. Like सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत ये भी हो रही है कि थोड़ा सा pressure आता है and we just absolutely crumble. And yes, people are talking about Ten Hag. People are questioning him. कह रहे हैं कि उसे signings मिली है, ये वो हुआ है, but he hasn't been able to replicate the success on the pitch in terms of the backing he has got, or in correspondence to the backing he's got, he hasn't been able to replicate it or give results on the. That's what I'm saying. That you can't be so quick to judge. You have to give this process a time, and you have to treat it as a process first of all, because you know what I mean. After years and years of this repetition of managers doing decent at the start and then absolutely just going berserk till the end of their tenure, is we've seen it all before, haven't we? So we just need to maybe shut up a bit now. Matlab, yes, questions need to be asked. Yes, there have to be opinions. Yes, there have to be debates. Yes, criticism has to be valid. But to turn it into, that outpouring of negativity, usme ruk jate hain. We let us trust the coach. Let us trust his instincts. पिछले सीजन जो लोग सेम पॉइंट्स बना रहे थे, अब इस सीजन आके सेम पॉइंट्स को उल्टा पेश किया जा रहा है, दैट दिस नॉट हैपनिंग, ओ दिस नॉट हैपनिंग, ओ दिस नॉट हैपनिंग, ओ दिस नॉट हैपनिंग. उससे थोड़ा सा let's try to say averted. Let's sort of believe in the fact that yes, we have bought into something, yes, we have a vision, yes, we have a plan, and let us try to stick to that. Because once we do, once we try to stick to that and stuff, like it'll be much better for us just as a whole. Because अगर हमारे पास एक चीज होगी जिसको हम सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, कॉन्स्टेंटली देख रहे हैं, जज कर रहे हैं, then we, if we just throw out criticism here and there and there, yes, criticism, but like up players bashing, just being unfair on everyone on the team, on everyone, just it doesn't really help us out, especially in this kind of a situation. So again, it'll be a request, keep, let's just try to stick out, because it is really very needed right now. Because yeah, we were not having the bestest of times, and this is where our metal as would be tested. Yeah, so that is something which is pretty important. I would request, if people are new here, if you could like the stream, it really helps us out. We always try to target the 10 like mark before we end the live stream. So we're just getting started, so we have a lot of time, but let's get the likes going, right? So anyways, as I was saying, yeah, man, this takeover thing, I'm gonna take you, not take over, take you, but I'm gonna take you onto the website, Manchester Evening News. They've posted quite a lot about this, so we're gonna be taking a look at that as well. That website, I'm gonna share it with you guys, and let us then check it out what they're saying there. So yeah, hopefully you guys have liked the stream, and of course, if you're new, you're very welcome to subscribe to the channel as well for the new updates about Manchester United and everything revolving around that. So the takeover update is, again, as I say, I don't make much of it many a times. I just take it with a pinch of salt. I just believe that it is often used as a potent distraction. We as Manchester United fans are quite active on social media. हम लोग मतलब कुछ भी बात होती है उसका एकदम से we just react to it, and we are a media company's dream as potential consumers and stuff. We are a media company's dream, because we react, we shares, repost, virality सब मिलती है आपको मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड फैंस में. So we are a media company's dream. So let me take you guys there. Give me a second. I have to share my screen, right? And you guys know the level of boomer I am. So yeah, going here now. This is the takeover thingy. Hopefully, it is visible to you all. Yep. This is visible, right? So yeah. Let me go onto one side. Yeah, this is better, isn't it? Yeah, this is better. So they go all the latest news, updates, and analysis of the sale of Manchester United. Well, if laga do pehle to, by the Glazers, with detail and reaction to bids by Qatar, Sheikh Jasim, and British billionaire Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Before we move on, by the way, I have a very interesting thing to share. Now, of course, we know Sir Jim Ratcliffe obviously owns OGC Nice, the French club. Now, the French side has had quite the start to this season, to be honest. I mean, they are pretty much flying in the Ligue 1, and they are not showing signs of stopping, because they are, I guess, second. And they've not lost any match this season. They've won four and drawn the rest, which is, I guess, four again. And the first team is, I guess, Monaco, who has lost a game but has won one more than OGC Nice, which makes them first in the table. Of course, we all know PSG is probably going to win it at last, but hey, OGC Nice doing that. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, you can keep OGC Nice and not come close to United, right? So let me just check this thing. Just why Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to buy his takeover interest confirmed, right? So yeah, that's what I expect that it's of 17th January 23. So that's quite old. That's quite old, right? So see, I have this. Yeah, man. Like this is something we're gonna discuss on. Yep. We'll click on this. We're gonna talk about this if we want. There are a lot of ads on this. काफी ad है भाई. इतनी सारी ad है. Cross कर ही थक जाऊंगा यार. So yeah, we'll discuss all of this. Yet another ad. Uh, where is the actual article? I can't find it. I can't find it. I mean, it's just submerged into ads. सिर्फ ads में submerge हो गया actual article. What is this? Where is the actual article? I was just reading it before coming on, and it has actually been submerged. Um, right. You know what let's just read this then. We are interested in this, and yeah, there was this thing going on in the blog that, oh, all right, is he going to be involved here and there. So of course, as we know, David Beckham is really, really sort of in the news right now for his upcoming क्या अब तो release हो गई है his documentary which is David Beckham whatever it's called. So like पता नहीं David Beckham ही है उसका नाम या क्या है या Beckham है I don't know bend it like Beckham तो आज की है पहले भी but so he's in the news and he was in the news more when he spoke up about who he thinks could be the right set of people for Manchester United. He did not mention, but he said that he knows who the right set of people are. And then he was also in the news again for this role which has probably been offered or reportedly been offered to him. So that's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. Again, to anyone who's new here, if you like the video, that really helps us out. We're trying to reach the 10 like mark before the live stream ends, and we're just getting started. So yeah, Abhibora, welcome, brother. He says Man United's last matches fire. Oh man, what a game! What a game! Man, I mean, it was just fantastic. It was Fergie time. It was what we all had been waiting for. We Manchester United fans, we deserve that, man. We have been through just some very grim times this season. काफी मुश्किल हो रहा है, but this one was pretty interesting and this one's pretty needed, man. So yeah, let us now jump onto the article as we were reading. Of course, it's by Isaac Johnson, which is one of the more renowned people of Manchester Evening News. The takeover process is approaching its 11th month. My goodness, it's almost been a year now, with little in the way of a clear conclusion forthcoming. Well, Evening News, you've been pretty a victim of trying to sell us news when there wasn't much. So now it's pretty ironical that Manchester Evening News is saying there isn't much to be concluded when they're probably one of the leaders in trying to sell us news when there was not probably much to sell. The Manchester Evening News understands Sheikh Jasim bin Hamad Al Thani's bid remains on the table despite reluctance from Avram and Joel Glazer to sell the club. Of course, fucking twats, fucking leeches. Last month, Sir Jim admitted it would be excruciating if his own proposal was turned down. All right, no one cares. Suggestions that the Ineos billionaire could instead decide to invest in a minority stake with the view of a future majority takeover. Nah, not interested. So Beckham set for ambassador role if Sheikh Yassim buys United. So this is the one I was talking about. So basically, Talksport ki report thi, which said he could be given a Qatari ambassador role if Sheikh Yassim wins the takeover thing. Inter Miami owner is one of the number of ex-players on Sheikh Yassim's list to be handed such a post. It adds Beckham, who was the ambassador for the Qatar 22 World Cup, said on Saturday that he has a preference regarding who he wants. Exactly, he knows who he wants, but he did not really say out who he wanted. So that is that. He explained we all have our own favorites of who we feel needs to run for the club and look up for the club and take the club to back to where it belongs in our eyes and the fans' eyes. We're number one and we want to be back at the top. I believe I know the right people to do that. There you go. All right. So the Daily Mail now, it's talking about the Daily Mail now. So it said that it had been mooted that the delay is due to the financial figures being quoted. All right. In 9 of the past 10 years, such documents have been published by the owners in September. But in 2023, reports are yet to be made public, despite September coming or up to khatam bhi ho gaya. However, the article suggests it could be Glazer simply adding another delay. See, we exactly as I said, we as fans don't have much to ponder upon because हम हमारे पास जो भी न्यूज होती है वो 7 जन्मों बाद आती है. घूम घाम के पूरी दुनिया घूम घाम के उसके बाद हमारे पास न्यूज आती है. So this isn't something we can make much of, right? It's just what we are being sold and stuff like that. So super sub says Abhi Bora, absolutely. Yusuf editor says hello to you too, brother. Hopefully you're doing fine. Welcome here. Prakash bhai, after long, welcome. After watching the Beckham documentary, want him so bad again at United. Did you watch it? I just turned it on. I watched it for 5 minutes and I had to go grab something out from outside, and then I couldn't really sort of get back to it. What about Rashi nowadays? We could talk about that, Abhi. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. But let's sort of talk a bit about the takeover, and then we'll get on to it, right? So yeah, just a second, addressing all of this. Yeah. So sorry to say, but shame. Oh, big statement, bro. You're gonna be booted away. But no, I've really not watched the documentary, as I said. so I can really have no comments on this. But let's see if you could add to my perspective when I do end up watching it, right? So Qatar is our neighbor. All right. Which country you're from? I'm so sorry if you had already mentioned it. I can't really figure it out. Which country you're from? Uh, he kicked a boot at him and then sold him against his will. Yeah, yeah. That is obviously known for everyone that he kicked a boot at him and then sold him against his will. Now, what went behind the scenes, this and that, again, as I said, when a documentary I'm going to have to take a look. I'm going to have to obviously, these are very tough times for Sir Alex Ferguson, so obviously he wouldn't comment on anything regarding that. If at all it has just come out of, right. All right. The flag wasn't really coming out. I don't know what's up with my StreamYard or something. It says SAQA, so I think that is what it meant by Saudi Arabia, right? It's not showing the flag. It's just showing SAQ. SAQ. I just went onto YouTube and I saw your comment, and the flag was quite visible there. So I've quite made a twat of myself there. I'm from Saudi Arabia. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for joining in from Saudi Arabia. And to all the people who are new here, if you could like the stream, as I've said many a times, I keep saying, now I've made a habit of saying it because I want those 10 likes. That's the first target we have, and it's going to be the first target we'd reach 10 likes as and when we are live. It really means a lot. It really supports us a lot. So that'll be pretty interesting. But yeah, getting back onto it, from Rashford, from the documentary, from Yusuf Bhai, Yusuf brother. Let's get back onto this, right? So, um, yeah, we were here. All right. Oh, so it's the end. It's the end of this particular segment of the article. So, as I was saying, many a times I don't pay much attention to all of these takeover stuff and stuff like that because I just believe they're a big distraction from the shittiness or the bullshittery that's going on at the club. And I do believe that a much has to do with this time as well. But अभी का ये है कि break lag gaya, so they just want us to have something to gossip about, have something to sort of not focus on the negativity about, and that's what they do best. And yeah, that is what they're continuing to do. So anyways, you don't have to so yeah, if Abibai is still here, yeah, Rashford, he was asking about Rashford. Now what about him? I mean, it's a mixed bag. See, at this point of time, we cannot talk about maybe Rashi's last game or 2 games, 3 games. We have to talk about the season as a whole, however much the season has gone. And of course, it'll be no shame to say, it'll be no surprise to say that he has been more of a letdown. Scoring 30 goals last season, we expected him to kick on. Not just in terms of goals, but as a team player, as a proper player performance. Being coached by Ten Hag now, he's had Mourinho, he's had Van Gaal. He obviously came under Van Gaal. He's had Mourinho, he's had Ragnick. He has had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a as a big brother, kind of a non-strict big brother, if you know what I mean. And then he has had a almost like a big uncle figure in Jose Mourinho. I won't even call him the father figure. I call him the khadus, the stubborn uncle figure in Jose. He's had the grandparent, Dadu figure in Louis Van Gaal. He's had the, I don't know, the that teacher who believes in your potential, kind of. But he's like more like a principal in Ragnick, and then just more about the fact that he has had now a teacher who believes in his potential in terms of what the heights he can reach in the form of hacks. So yeah, yeah. If we just look at the comment, right? So our page. There you go. Why is it any shame when Fergie says uh, we say that? So I don't think Prakash would be here, but I don't know. Let's see if he's here. I think it has got much to do with him believing that Sir Alex really did Beckham bad because he did not want to leave. According to him, it's in the documentary. So he did not want to leave, and Sir Alex threw a boot and then sold him against his will. So I think that is why he was referring it to as shame on him. But anyways, so as I said. Rashford, if we do want to talk about that, then yeah, as I said, I pretty much listed out the whole family tree that Rashford kind of has had. during his spell at Manchester United, which is the big uncle, the big uncle kind of a the big uncle kind of a role in an in Jose Mourinho, the Chacha, the Tau wala role, that big that uh, all right, I expected. You probably picked out the worst time, Prakash brother, to probably comment on that, because we have Moses sir here, and he's not quite thrilled with that statement. Moses sir, if you could shed some light on it, I think that is why he was saying what he was saying, if I'm not wrong. He kicked a boot in, that's then sold him against his will. I think that's why he's referring to it about that in that way. So you can throw some light better than most of us on this. But yeah, as I was saying, so he has had that Tau, that bigger uncle wala figure in Jose Mourinho. Then he had that Dadu wala figure in Louis Van Gaal, that grandfather. Then he had that principal wala figure in Ranić, that small brother or big brother turned small with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and then that teacher who believes in your potential with Ten Hag. Now we are very disappointed, of course, because we just expected more. We just expected more as a player, as a whole, as a footballer. Just understanding his basic game, just understanding what football is about, maybe just going back to basics, doing the basics right at least, because it's his seventh, eighth year of playing at the top level now. He's no more considered to be a youngster. So yeah, it's something we need to really, really look out for. And yeah, I mean that's about it. You can't really comment much on that. There is disappointment across the fan base, and we just hope he comes good. He generally starts the season late. I mean slow, and hopefully he does get better with the season. At least he tries to give us those goals, because you know what, अगर goals भी नहीं देगा, इस तरह की performances भी होगी, then it's really 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 difficult to um, stake a claim for him when there is Alejandro Garnacho, who's ever so hot on his feet, hot on his heels, to get into that side and do some magic. I can see some people joining in, so all the people who are new, if you could like the video, we'd like to take it to at least 10 likes while we're live. So that'll be the first target for us today. So if you could please like the video, and if anyone's new here, also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So moving on. Uh, so there's obviously one player we'd have a video on him, of course, but there is one player which we would obviously talk in that video, but also if you could talk a bit about him, and if people are wanting to maybe make comments on him, is Andre Onana. Now there's a lot that has been talked about. About him, about his handling, the modern goalkeeper thirsts. Again, Mujasur is in the comments, and he would certainly have something to say about that. The takeover is imminent. It's just been silly that it's been delayed for so long. For those who know what I shared in June, right? I don't really have an idea about that. But if you did share something, well, we all are happy, because you know what, अगर एक चीज किसी भी यूनाइटेड फैन से अगर एक चीज एक विषय तुम्हारे पास मांग लो भाई, and they'll be like, just get this fucking takeover done now, for fuck's sake. Because you know what, matlab, oof, it's just way more than we fans can tolerate, on the pitch, off the pitch, disciplinary, time पे training, violence, ये वो सब छोड़ छाड़ के अगर एक चीज that can lift us all out of this would be this takeover thingy just happening now, for fuck's sake. Glazers tried to stay on, but it was only really adding to more debt and partial investment. When that investor would seek interest on investment. All right, some complex economics for someone who doesn't understand the layman terms of it, but I mean, it's just that the business itself is now not profiting them. See, business as a whole, तो profitable इन्होंने कभी बनाने का भी नहीं सोचा, but their share of things was happening as they were allowed and pretty easily taking out all of these dividends for their shareholders and the family. But now, when the balance sheet itself is hurting them in the butt, they are looking for potential, people to buy it out from them. Partosh bhai, welcome. He says GGMU, brother. Right. So, as a as we were talking, much has been said about Andre Onana, and his lack of presence, lack of coherence into the team, and all right, Moses is back. We'll discuss this Onana thing, but while we are up in arms when Glazers take out dividends, imagine the uproar when the investor takes out interest. Oh, right, exactly. I mean that ये हो जाएगा, मतलब how do we call it? There was this ek to neem ka patta and something something. And you know what? Jaise, the complete opposite of Sone Pe Suhaga. The complete opposite of Sone Pe Suhaga. But yeah. So now yeah, talking about Onana. So it's a very risky road. So I compared it to the Jadon Sancho situation. When the Jadon Sancho situation started, I was of the opinion, yeah, you know what, the media is trying to hype it out, and they did. I was not wrong there, and they just milked it out to the fullest extent. They just absolutely milked it out. So I can see 8 people joining in now, and we have 8 number of likes. Come on, guys! If you're new here, please like that. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Onana, na bhai na. Tumse Onana, bhai. All right. So, it was like Bruno's 87th minute shot off target. It was a humbling effort on target, off target. But yeah, we do understand the sentiment there, bhai sahab. It's a rocky road, as I was saying. When that situation started, I said, "Ki, the media is trying to milk it," and they did. But now it has just gone from bad to worse to worse to worse to worse to worse to, and now absolute worst and absolute bullshit. It stinks. बदबू आती है अगर हम सैंचो सिचुएशन के पास जाते हैं. It stinks that bad now. It's almost done and dusted now in the worst possible way. But this is how the situation started. Onana at the moment, when a error or two was happening, I was like, no, no, no. Again, the media is trying to milk it out, and they were. Again, I'm not wrong, and they were. So that was that. But now it's getting worse and worse and worse. Now Peter Schmeichel really pointed out a very 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 important sort of thing here, and we as fans did not really take much look at it earlier. But now I do believe that, you know what, like, whew, I mean, when he has a chance to save, he doesn't punch it. He just tries to do this, like वो ये कर रहा है. And we saw it against Bayern Munich. He was trying to collect the ball or something, or he was just, there's this upward movement which he does with his hand, and that doesn't really fulfill the control. Like Vittori Yanel tha ya kaun tha? I forgot who scored the goal for Brentford. I mean, the same should happen again. फिर से वही हुआ. Like he just tried to, sort of push the ball in the air or something. क्या कर रहा था वो? Maybe that's his way of saving. And Peter Schmeichel pointed that out. Peter Schmeichel, because he just said that he's not looking to palm the ball away, or he's not looking to force the ball away. He's sort of having a movement opposite to the direction of the ball traveling. So if the ball's going down, he wants it to be upwards, which doesn't really help his case, and many times it slips under his hands. So that is pretty annoying. Onana at the moment is so bad that Maguire is looking world class. To be honest, Maguire is looking world class nonetheless. And you know what? I mean, really, matlab, I had to talk about this, and I don't know, man. There was this crazy victory, then there was this shit run of performances, so there wasn't much to sort of deliberate within. But we as fans are pathetic, man. Like let me know in the comments, like, if you guys agree. Matlab, yaar, we as fans, like, we just want to crucify people. मतलब हम लोग पूरे क्लब को गाली देते हैं, fair, which is fair, everyone does that. But all right, let me just address this one. You have a theory. Find it, sir. Find it and copy paste it here. Find it. I would really love to. I would really love to read that. Kushagra bhai, welcome. He says, bring back the class of '92 to buy the club. Karo, bhai, karo. But it's easier said than done, isn't it? But yeah. So as I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah. Anyways, so there's this thing that, yes, हम पूरे क्लब को गाली देते हैं, fair. हम पूरे 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 क्लब को गाली देते हैं, fair, right? We think the club is rotten from top to bottom, this and that, all right, fair. But what I can't understand is, and this is a pattern, this has been going on, probably I've observed this since Mourinho, and more than anything right now, at least for the past 2-3 years. We want to crucify certain people. Like, हमारा जी नहीं लगता बिना crucify करे certain people. We crucify the whole team, yes, we do that, but हमें उसके अंदर भी we want to sort of villainize at least 2-3 players. Like, can you agree? You have to agree with me. तुम disagree कर ही नहीं सकते. जब जब वो थे क्लब पे, मैटिच, डहेया, हीटन, ग्रांट, ये सब मतलब बुड्ढे बुड्ढे, मग्वायर, मैकटोमिने, Pogba, many was at the club. I'm talking about 2-3 years ago. Who have we sold? Ronaldo. Yes, I don't like him one bit after what he did. One bit. देखो, everyone को abuse करे yes, of course, maybe if I had seen him in the United days, if I did watch football उस समय, हो सकता है मैं उसे hate नहीं कर रहा होता अभी, मतलब hate तो strong word है, but I don't like him, I don't like his character जो उसने यूनाइटेड के साथ किया. मेरा तो पहला इकलौता प्यार यूनाइटेड ही है फुटबॉल में, और मैंने उसको पुराना देखा नहीं था, मैंने अभी देखा, और जो उसने अभी किया, that was just fucking worst. And as an athlete, just an example, in spite of that, and I did not believe he was probably very right for the club, even when he did not do that. But I'm taking his name. So Ronaldo, Mata, Matic, all the goalkeepers, De Gea included, McTominay, Maguire, Lindelof, Aaron Van Bissaka when he was under the fire. In सबकी गलती है. In सबकी गलती है that we are shit. Every one of them is shit, and that is what makes us shit, right? Tell me how many of these players were involved in this season? Maguire? Maguire तो हमारे पूरे क्लब को खराब कर रहा है. Oh, look at that soul sucking guy. Look at that money sucking guy. Look at that mercenary. Look at that. हमने उसकी रूह निकाल दी भाई, उसको गाली दे के. उसकी mom had to come in, which is actually sad. I'm so sorry. मतलब ठीक है, अच्छा गंदा. McTominay, he doesn't. Fred, add Fred to that list. Fred this, Fred that, McTominay this, McTominay, Fred. कहाँ थे इस पूरे सीजन? कहाँ थे इस पूरे सीजन? कहाँ थे इस पूरे सीजन? पॉग्बा था हमारी टीम में, मैकटोमिने था, फ्रेड था, मैकटोमिने था, फ्रेड था, मगवायर था, लिंडलॉफ था. They barely played this season. We were shit. They at least played some last season, and we were fucking fire than what we are today. At least in the table, in terms of performances, in terms of results. So, अब किसको point out करें? Pum 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 pum. Onana, Rashford. Onana, Rashford. See, again, I was the one who raised the point for Onana. I believe he has been so shit. So Onana, it not as much, but Rashford mainly. My point is mainly about Rashford, not much about Onana, because Onana is being criticized now. The blaming the whole team here and there is obviously not fair, but now it's Rashford that we're crucifying, and I know it's going to be Bruno next. I have been a big criticizer of him this season, but crucifying and criticizing again. Now probably Bruno is that quality of player that he'd score a magnifico, he'd do a magnifico assist, he'd do a trivela here and there, and we'd not pretty much go to the level of Maguire for him, but we'll start to crucify him soon, like we're doing with Rashford. So we believe as if Rashford was playing good. Had Rashford, see, Rashford does not know football at all. जितना मुझे समझ आता है. मतलब, yeah, I know it sounds pretty silly. मतलब, what I mean to say is the basics of football. Doing the basics right. Passing, crossing, when to take a man on, when to pass, when he has just zero football sense. But I'm saying, let's believe he had 100 football sense. We act as if we would have been top of the league. We would have been top four. We would have been in top three, top two. Had Rashford been 100 out of 100 in football IQ. This is what we do. ये हमारा काम है. And I'm very embarrassed by this. मतलब हम यही करते हैं. मतलब just take a look, man. Just take a look. This win had got nothing to do with the whole temperament of Maguire and McTominay, but those guys won us the game single-handedly. ठीक है. I'm not saying अब क्या हुआ ये where are the haters. No. एक गेम जिता है कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. They're footballers. They're supposed to do that. But my major point is, how were they involved in this season's? इस सीजन में वो कहाँ थे इन्वॉल्व? ये सारे प्लेयर्स, फ्रेड, मैकटोमिने, मगवायर, लिंडलॉफ, ये लोग कहाँ थे इन्वॉल्व? They were the reasons, right? They were, the players are rotten. The mentality is rotten amongst the players. What players? We've been saying since 10 years, these players. What players? चला गया माटा, चला गया मैटिच, चला गया पॉग्बा, चला गया फिल जोन्स, चला गया टुअनजेबे, चला गया रोहो, चला गया आई डोंट नो, मतलब जितने हमने बेच दिए, चला गया रोमेरो, चला गया डहेया, सब चले गए. अब कौन? अब तो फ्रेश क्रॉप ऑफ प्लेयर्स है. वी हैव मार्टिनेज, वरान, we have Dallo, we have AWB Reguilon and Tyrell Malacia left backing for us. We have Amrabat, Casemiro in the midfield, Christian Eriksen, Bruno. We have Rashford, Højlund, Anthony, Facundo Pellistri. अब कौन? This rotten players, this जो हम 10 साल से these players since Sir Alex has left, these players even under Mourinho. अरे कौन players? कौन players? कोई तो रहा ही नहीं कॉमन. It is and will be the club as a whole that is responsible, not just one particular player. ये है मेरा point. Now we're trying to crucify Rashford. I I dislike his game so much at the moment, I can't even tell you. But I dislike us fans so much for this. मतलब बेंच पे बैठने का भी हमने कितना गाली दिया मगवायर को, कितना गाली दिया मगवायर को. And how was he involved in this season's shit show? All of us listening Goldbridge here and there. क्या बोल रहा है अब Goldbridge? Bullshit, मगवायर. आधा एजेंडा उसने मगवायर के खिलाफ चलाया है. क्या किया मगवायर ने? अब क्या किया मैकटोमिने ने इस सीजन? पता नहीं, पता नहीं. Maybe it's just me who thinks this way, but it's just not fair. सब अपनी लाल शर्ट डालते हैं यार. जितना एक को पड़ रहा है गाली, उससे 10% 20% ज्यादा किसी और को दो. बट दिस विल नेवर बी द केस कि 3000% एक प्लेयर को गाली और एक प्लेयर को 30% भी नहीं. आई डोंट बाय इनटू दैट. आई जस्ट डोंट. I just simply don't. It might be the unpopular opinion. I'm not trying to defend Maguire. Every time he's on the pitch, my heart is right here. Esophagus में आधा heart और आधा esophagus के ऊपर यहाँ पे गले में जो उनसी भी कैविटी होती है जिसे क्या कहते हैं. Trust me, one of the worst centre backs I've ever seen at United or in the Premier League. But इस season उसका क्या हाथ था in the absolute shit show that we've been through? Exactly, exactly. Anyways, trying to round up this whole talk about the takeover and stuff. As I've said, I don't buy much into this. I just believe that a lot of it is to do with us being fooled by the Glazers, by this media, and by this PR spin, because we're not in the bestest of positions now. Had we dropped points against Brentford, लॉस तो छोड़ दो, अगर हम पॉइंट्स भी ऐसे करते तो मतलब बहुत बहुत सीन हो जाता. बट वी डिडंट. सो थोड़ा सा पॉजिटिव है, 5 10 15% पॉजिटिव चल रहा है. बट इवन बीइंग वेरी ऑफ दैट, आई थिंक उसके नजरिए में भी ये न्यूज चलाई जा रही है. बिकॉज आई डोंट बाय मच इनटू दिस. आई जस्ट बिलीव that the takeover is stalled right now. I just believe that Amrabat ka signing just told me that not much is going to happen. I might be wrong, and I pray to God I'm wrong. I pray to God ki kal aa jaye confirmation and boom patak done. United is done, but not United is done. Oh, ye bhagwan. The takeover is done for United, but I don't think so. That's going to happen. So as far as that is concerned, I just believe we are in for a shit ride in terms of getting that takeover shit done. But hopefully it gets sorted out quickly. Beckham in the news might be offered an ambassadorial role under Sheikh Jasim, if at all he comes near our club and near buying our club. And then, of course, David Beckham again spoke out that he knows who his pick for to take the club forward are, and yeah, I just believe that you know what, let's just hope this international break is a bit better for us, that this international break doesn't bring any news of negativity, suspensions, attitude problems, injury problems for us. Hopefully we have positive injury news coming in. Hopefully we do have that. Hopefully Malasia, Shaw, Varane, Martinez, इन पे अच्छा खासा अपडेट हो कुछ. We'll obviously be here to cover the whole Sancho situation, how that unfolds now, because he's just not risking his United thing, also risking missing out on England duty. And these guys are very chunt. They know Euro जब पास आएगा उसके पास में वो खेलना चाहते हैं. तब तक तो ठीक है, जैसा चल रहा चलने दो. But yeah, that's a very shit attitude and a mentality to have. And even if what, Sancho comes back now, it's going to be very difficult for him, confidence-wise, to be integrated back into the squad. We as fans, I know we'll love him. We'll love him if he does 2 3 things right. We'll start loving him again. I know it's going to be difficult for us too, but we'll start loving him. That's how wholesome and wholehearted we are as well. Negative तो हमने discuss कर लिया अपनी fan base का, but प्यार भी बहुत देते हैं हम, ये तो है. सो उसी प्यार से आई थिंक नेगेटिविटी भी निकलती है, क्योंकि हम इतना प्यार उसका ठड़ाक सीधा जमीन पे गाड़ देते हैं. बट या आई हैव फेथ, आई नो फेथ, क्या आई जस्ट नो वी विल लव हिम बैक. अगर वो आ जाता है वापस और चीजें होने लग जाती है, बट आई जस्ट बिलीव नहीं हो पाएगा अब नहीं हो पाएगा. आई थिंक ही हैज कम डाउन सो फार, एंड yeah, maybe it's just not gonna happen this time around for Sancho here at United. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who joined, and To the people who are still watching, thank you for staying, man. We've come to the end of the whole video. We have, as I can see, 10 likes. Thank you so much to everyone who liked. If there are any new guys in between you, you can like the video, subscribe to the goddamn channel, and turn on the notification bell, because when you guys do that, you'll be the first ones to be notified about videos like these. So we have 10 likes. Pretty happy we've reached that target of 10 likes. If someone could get it to 11, we'd smash that target. But yeah, I'm grateful nonetheless, man. Grateful nonetheless. Good amount of activity in the comments area as well. So a big thank you for that as well. Till the time, take care of yourselves. Keep supporting United as hard as it gets. Keep an eye on every news and update. We'll be here to cover that for you. Till the time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Badtameez mat banna, and speak to you guys in a bit. Cheers.